my heart be brave, my mind fierce, and my spirit free. Nothing can dim the light that shines from within. And is what is called belief. So my dear friends, welcoming all of you with a big heart, Reshma here. So today, my dear friends, we are going to talk about belief, which is a very, very key and core ingredient, as far as self-help is concerned, as far as excelling is concerned, as far as expansion is concerned, as far as growth is concerned, growth of us, within us. Because I always believe, feel and understand that if we do not have that trust within ourselves, who else is going to trust us? And today I would like to, share a very beautiful story with all of you. And though I said it is story, but it is something which is a reality. It was, 1936 Berlin Olympics. Yes. At that time, you all know Jesse Vance. He is one of the all-time athlete world has ever produced. And that time he was actually contending. He was the favorite also to own this thing in the high jump. He was like that time that's how he came to 1936 Olympics also. The entire world was thinking he will win, he will have gold. And a lot of pressure was there on Jesse Vance during that year. And if you do a little history and research in the background, you will see that time during the hits and during many other sports events that happened before the Olympics in the US, that time Jesse's performance was not good at all. In most of the races and performances, actually he was not hitting the mark for which he was so famous. So a whole lot of pressure was there on him. And the entire US camp was thinking that he is going to win the 1936 Berlin gold. And so he comes to Germany also with a whole lot of pressure that year. And here there's another story also side by side. Probably many of you know he is again one of the most famous athlete world has ever seen, Lars Long. Yes, he was from the German camp. And that particular year, the German camp, without going into any controversy thing, we are not going in the controversy chapters, we just want to focus on the facts. Lars Long, because he was German, so obviously he belongs to the German camp. And that year, the German camp was, being thought about like a kind of the camp which is under the watchful eyes of Hitler, and also which was very much prejudiced to be a team of Aryan race or pure blood group race. That's what the German team was considered that year. And so as a result of that, because we know Jesse Vance, he is colored. Using the word black is very disrespectful. He is colored. So we all know that. And so Jesse Vance also have a lot of a kind of you can say a bad kind of a feeling regarding the German team. And obviously Lars Long was his competitor, and so he was not having any good feeling, idea, thought, views, whatever you say regarding Lars Long. So you can say the fire was very much evident, especially in the Avence's heart, as far as his attitude towards Lars Long was considered. Now, even when doing the races, they were going, with their track rehearsals or hits or whatever you say, practices, everything. Even in the practice also, Owens was not doing good. And Lars Long, he was there on the other side. He can see. And now coming to the best part is, Lars Long comes and he introduces himself to Jesse Vance in a very, very humble way, in a very polite way. And that time, a very important suggestion Laslong gave to Jesse Vance. Not many people know about this history. You can know only about if you do a research about. That time Laslong actually watched that Jesse, when he was trying to have the jump, he was doing a certain kind of a thing again and again and again. As a result of that, every of his jump was failing, not up to the mark of Jesse. And that was angering and upsetting and frustrating Jesse like anything. And so Laslong, even though he was competitor, he was from the German camp, and he was considered one from the Aryan race, as Hitler used to, portray his team. Laslong actually goes to Jesse. He just takes him aside and he gave one of the most valuable suggestion that Jesse, when you are jumping, rather than jumping from that a particular place where from he was jumping, he just suggested you just take a step back and then you jump, and then you will see the difference. That's what I think. This is what Laslong actually suggested, that take a step back and then you consider that point to be your jumping point rather than going ahead. And I'm sure that's going to help you. And whatever this flaw is happening again and again, that will not happen. Though Jesse was very surprised and shocked, because Jesse was never having any kind of a good feeling or idea about Laslong. But yes, he took that suggestion of Laslong, because Laslong was very, very humble and polite when he came and suggested that. And Jesse actually implemented that suggestion of Laslong. And what the history is, Jesse won the gold in 1936 Berlin Olympic, and Laslong got the silver. Why I told you this story. And another important thing also, in the podium when Owens won this race, Laslong himself came forward and congratulated Jesse Vance in front of the entire stadium and where Hitler himself was sitting. You can understand the repercussion of it. Firstly, Laslong, he won the silver. He goes ahead, he congratulates his opponent, who is incidentally dark color, which is against the philosophy of Hitler. And who Hitler is, we all know. Laslong took all those risks in his stride, and he went ahead and did what a true blue sports person should do. He congratulated Jesse, and in that gold that Jesse owned, it was because of Laslong, because of that suggestion, because Jesse actually implemented that suggestion during his final jump, which gave him the gold. So why I shared with all of you this story. This is not Jesse's story, this is Laslong's story. The belief. Why? He believed in himself. He could have, hidden or not shared that idea with Jesse. In that case, it is very much evident, Laslong would have won the gold. Because Jesse was not informed that particular year at all. He actually lost all the events before in that particular year. But Laslong, he knew in his thing. And he knew his own thing is not just his own craft, but being a sportsman, what kind of a demeanor he needs to portray to the world, and more so he needs to have within himself. That's why he goes and most humbly he gave that suggestion. Even he knew that is going to bring about so much challenge, because Jesse is Jesse on any day. Maybe he was going through a bad phase of form, but we all go through the bad things, bad phases, but that cannot take away the credit of someone who is like so great in his own art. But Laslong did. That's what we call is belief. That when you know what you are, who you are, then you are not perturbed or you are not scared. In this case, Laszlo was not scared of what Hitler is going to behave and act with him. He knew, okay, I might get, scoldings, or I might have to go through punishments, etc. But still he took it in his stride. Why? Because that same thing, belief. Because if he was not catering to his belief as a true blue sports person, as a true blue human being, then he would have lost it to himself. Doesn't matter whether he won gold or silver or bronze in the Olympics or not. And that's what, the ultimate spirit of belief is all about. That may my heart be brave, my mind fierce. That day Laszlo was that. Because the previous night when the practice was happening, that was the time Laszlo came forward, and that was the time he suggested, and my spirit free. Nothing can dim the light that shines from within. So, this is the reason when we talk about 1936 Berlin Olympics, especially about that thing, when Jesse Vance won the gold, with the same breed we talk about Laszlo. Equal breed, because he became that great human, more than a sportsman, that great human who that day showed the world what a true human being should be. That's what belief is all about. So, my dear friends, we have a lot to learn from our surroundings. And one is having that belief. Another small example I would love to share, and after that we'll wrap it up. We are so scared of so many things. We'll fall, do this, that, etc. If you ever have, seen the birds who hangs on the, the electrical wires that hang, you will see the birds sitting on those. Also, you will see the birds sitting on these things, the branches of the trees. But the thing is, even when it's windy and things, those wires moves like this, the birds still keep on sitting over there. Even the branches, you can say it's storming, heavily windy, etc. Still you see the birds sitting on those twigs. They just hang like this, and they just look so calmly here and there as if nothing is happening. The thing is, why? You can ask, they are not scared, it's so windy, they might fall. So here the thing is, they are not scared. They are not scared of the wind. Yes, the wind can definitely make them fall. But they are not scared of that. Why? Because they believe in the strength of their wings. They know whatever the wind is, however the wind is, doesn't matter. When I have the belief in my own strength of my wings, I will fly high. And that's what Laszlo's story is. He knew his craft, he knew himself. So when we know ourselves, it is equally important at the same time that we keep believing within ourselves, because that's what is going to take us ahead in the journey called life. So yes, my dear friends, I wish all of you a very happy time, jolly time. Stay with each other, be gentle with each other, and see you soon. Thank you.